amazing. It was first class. There was a sculpture that was created from a friend of his from the Sunshine Coast, and it was parts of old salvage boats. And he created a whale that came up. It was massive, and I just thought it had that heritage feel to it, and I loved it. I've got pictures of it.
I saw it come off the ferry. Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah, it really was, and I thought I could see that on Bowen Island, and it has that heritage sense to it as well, that rustic feel. And
one of the fundamental issues with land art is because it's public, everybody in the public thinks they should have a say in terms of it, and it creates some really interesting challenges when some people just don't think something is a piece of art. And of course we can describe some of those experiences that we've already had as well.
Always stop carving faces into live trees.
cutting pieces.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea. I'd be interested in finding out more about.
Oh, it was quite attractive, and of course,
cut trees into live faces.
Can't do that.
and the other thing is a neighbor of mine. The name's escaping me now, but the guy who created Macedon with the driftwood.
Oh yeah.
And if you look at his website, you can see where he's created deer. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible, and he's using a lot of natural resources as well.
Yeah, it's a way to get attention as well to heritage issues and to the issues related to the arts. Yeah. But it comes with some risks.
Yes.
You call that art?
Or the environmental damage you're doing with that land art is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Some new business, actually it's old business, our work plan. And I'd like to propose that we resubmit this to council for council to review and discuss approve, and fund our work plan. The Heritage Commission work plan for 2018. If you remember when we put this together last year, we drafted it on the basis of months. And part of what I was thinking was that it might get deferred. So this could be approved, and as soon as it were funded, it could be set in motion. So the proposed motion then is that the Heritage Commission recommend that council review, discuss, approve, and fund the Heritage Commission work plan for 2018.
Review, discuss, what was the third?
Approve and fund the Heritage Commission work plan for 2018. Heritage Strategic Plan work program.
Does this specifically refer to option A or B that we would be approving in terms of the funding?
I'm sorry?
Does it specifically refer to option A or B in terms of what we would be saying we were funding?
We could recommend one or the other of the options if we have consensus.
Something leads me to believe that if we leave it open, they would probably be more inclined to approve the less expensive.
We have to express preference, I suppose.
And in the light that we've lost our intrepid researcher, even more important, I think we have only about $4,000 difference anyway between the two plans.
Yeah.
So I would say B. Council will always say no and go with A.
We should make that as the recommendation.
So if you could just add in after fund and fund option B of the Heritage Strategic Plan work program. All good? You get that? So everybody knows what we're looking
Just a question about the consulting fees. The consulting fees are people that we're dealing with at arm's length. It's not, I'm just wondering, is there, could there be question from council about whether or not we are asking for services of the Heritage Commission members to be funded for this.
That would not be permitted. We have to serve without remuneration.
Right.
So if council were to ask about who is the consultant in this scenario, when we talked about this initially, we were thinking in terms of somebody who could assist us in getting the statements of significance to a final polished state, and who could advise us on things like the legislation and so forth, where we might not have the expertise. So it would be a heritage consultant. And the planner involved would likely have questions about how to develop heritage policy that was kind of field tested in other municipalities, and the heritage consultant ought to be able to help us with that. So, yeah, I guess it is an arm's length kind of thing.
Do you have a sense as to whether or not council might be inclined to go back to option A and say, well, you know?
I think, my opinion is that if council supports the request, that they're not going to dicker over a $4,000 difference.
It's
The
8,000.
The question,
Oh, so, because there's less money from the bill.
Almost 5,000.
Okay,
yeah,
all right,
well,
so there's less
16.
being work done by them and more being done by the consultant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the decision for council is going to be more approve it or not, rather than approve the less expensive one or the more expensive one.
Okay.
So I noticed the detailed schedule has been generalized, just a month, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5. Would council want us to be more specific, or they would let us set our detailed schedule after they approved?
I think
Moving
council
forward.
would be fine with the month 1, month 2, and so forth. And the specificity would likely not come from a decision that we would make. It would come from an availability of the planner
Mhm.
decision, given the other things that are on his or her plate for the time. So Steph, could you read the motion?
That the Heritage Commission recommend that council review, discuss, approve, and fund option B of the Heritage Strategic Work Program of 2018.
So moved. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? We're all okay? Good. Unanimous. Great meeting.
Could I ask a question about the detailed schedule? And that is, this is my long-standing request that what we talk about when we engage the public is actually educating them as to why things are of heritage value through all kinds of activities that we can do. But do I understand that what you're talking about in engage here is simply engagement with regard to the Heritage Registry?
I don't think that's what we had in mind.
Education is part of it.
Yeah, and
Right,
it was
but about
broader.
registry, you're
Yeah.
not gonna talk about things like the history of the mine, or the explosives factory, or First Nations issues and stuff like that. The broader questions about what aspects of heritage do the citizens of Bowen care about right now? And how can we, as a result of getting that, as a result of that engagement, how can we engage them more to appreciate? And I was involved back with Heritage Mississauga, and they did all kinds of things. They had a little militia that reenacted the War of 1812, parts of the War of 1812. And they attracted a lot of people.
You brought this up half a dozen times.
I know.
We need to do a reenactment of some sort for
Yeah.
Bowen. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll all dress up in 1920s bathing costumes
Go into the beach.
and go to the beach.
Do you have the lady Alex turn up?
I think so. I think what Dave is talking about is the broader. I think there would be a narrower education and consultation function when we are doing the plan around the register, but it would be more focused on what people's heritage values are and what we might be looking at generally that might inform our future work, and also focusing on what's on the register, because scope creep could grind us to a total
Right.
halt, but we do, as a commission, have the broader mandate to educate, and we've talked about this broader mandate as well, outside of the registry.
So
Is that-
I'm taking a couple of Squamish language lessons next month. So next time I come to one of our meetings, maybe
For,
Let's
Be able
put it
to-
on the agenda and
For-
you can address us.
further to you call this art, same thing goes for heritage, you call this heritage? Yeah.
All right.
Okay, well, that's great. We've got the resolution. Did we all vote? Yes, we all voted.
Yeah.
Yes. Information items. The first item is Jack Little's article that appeared in DC Studies. How many of you have seen this article?
Oh, I'd love to see it.
Nobody, okay. So Jack gave me a copy. I forwarded it to all of council and also to Metro Vancouver. It's extremely interesting. The full title is The Recreation, Ecology, Heritage Triangle. So you get a sense of sort of dynamic tension among those three things. Developing Bowen Island's Crippen Regional Park, 1978 to 2005. You figure largely in this article, so you should.
Can we have
How do we get hold of it?
I can get you a copy.
Yes?
Yep, I can get copies.
Okay.
Okay.
It's,
Yeah.
Are they cussing me?
there's a bit of cussing, yeah.
Uh,
But there's a bit of cussing in that.
The American son of a bitch.
He does identify you as the American architect, I believe, and a couple of other adjectives. But it's a really, really interesting article from the perspective. I wrote some of the lines that I came up with down. The uncertain place of heritage on Bowen Island. A situation that is characterized by administrative complexity and political contention. The GBRD chair commented back in the 80s that Bowen Islanders will be tickled pink at this new park. And then the local information officer saying there's a 50-50 split on this one. And the GBRD Park Committee chair at the time, Don Bellamy, describing after a really contentious stretch with Bowen Island, that Bowen Island is Peyton Place with a moat.
He's a former city council in Vancouver, Don Bellamy.
It's a really good article.
It's,
You'll enjoy it.
Peyton Place was put back in the 1950s, was it? It was.
Oh, you don't know what Peyton Place is?
Yeah, it's-
Oh, sorry.
60s.
It's sort of.
Yeah,
Solomon Moore.
60s. It's gotta be 60s. It can't be
Yeah,
50s.
I thought it was the 50s.
No,
Early
those
60s.
women
Early
were on the
60s.
pill. Wait.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay, I get the picture.
You get the picture.
Oh, no, that's heritage.
Anyway, it's a great article, and that would be wonderful. if you
Don
could take that.
Bellamy,
Can you-
got the historic
How many,
streetcar going in
is it a long
Vancouver.
one? Is it-
He's
It
very
used to be
colorful.
a streetcar driver in
Very
it's
colorful.
California.
20 pages. It's quite substantial.
Oh,
Which is
so
why it's
how
not
do you get the
attached.
copies?
Yeah.
It's
I
not
get-
attached because of
So long.
copyright issues
Oh.
and
I've got
municipality.
I'll have hard copies, so what I'll do is I'll get them a copy to print it out. I'll send an email out to you guys, and you just come by the archives and pick it up or
Oh,
something
that'd be
like that.
great.
Okay.
That's
And that would be with Jack's permission.
Yes.
So,
Come on,
yeah.
come by and we
Or I
can
can-
put it on a database and just send it out the email.
Yeah, there's yeah,
Copyright.
And
yeah,
Jack's sensitive about that.
yeah. So he's.
But he
I
said
can
it's
get
all right.
you photocopies and so on. So.
Okay, and then we have Jack's resignation, which he's also sent forward a letter to council. So council will send a formal thank you to him, and I believe he's on island until the end of October. So maybe
The amount of work he did for
the registry.
yeah, he deserves
Yeah.
a plaque.
Yeah, yeah. We'll
Yeah.
put that in dedication.
Actually, I have the notes.
I felt we were kind of taking
But
advantage of it.
the
but,
action
yeah.
item is a pub night goodbye for Jack Little from the Heritage Commission.
Yeah, I
And
think
we
that's a
just
great
send
idea.
them
Yeah,
an
yeah.
invitation, and we can get together
Sure.
informally and just
Oh, yes.
say goodbye.
Get him drunk.
Get
Yeah.
him drunk,
Yeah.
yeah.
So this raises the issue that creates a vacancy
Yes.
on commission for a year. I guess they're 2-year, are they 2-year terms or?
They're staggered, some are 1, some are 2, some are 3. Council will take care of that. Steph,
I
Keeps track.
suppose technically that would be a museum and art.
Yeah.
yes.
And I've been
Mm.
giving it some consideration, but
You pull out on the jack.
yeah.
You have one of those.
There'll be a
the
formal call
archives.
from council, but
Yeah.
check them on your membership. Okay, our next meeting, we've been sort of meeting every quarter, so that would take us into December, which is a terrible time to be.
Let's move it to January. Unless we feel we should, maybe November. Council will have
Council will have made a
considered.
decision on a couple of things. They may not have made a final decision on funding by that point. So it's really up to you guys whether you want to do November or January.
I say January because, I don't know, yeah, we want to show up with some decisions being made, so.
How about, and if anything urgent comes up, we can always schedule another meeting sooner. What about, would January the 11th work?
No.
No?
So we're still good on Thursday evenings?
We used to be
Favorite-
fourth Thursday, didn't we, or third or fourth Thursday?
Mexico
We've-
time.
Didn't we close it earlier?
No.
You go to
Uh,
Hawaii?
January 25th?
When are you back from Hawaii?
No, Mexico the 12th.
Mexico the 12th, lovely. How does the 18th work? Is that not so good?
Well, I don't think so. I'd have to look at the calendar at home.
25th?
I thought-
That's
We
next
close
week.
the calendar.
Could we do a Google?
Let's do a doodle,
If they're doing,
and either the 18th or the 25th, so we'll poll
yeah,
and
so,
see.
yeah.
I imagine the 18th, my Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get the info from the doodle poll. Alrighty, so there being no other business on the agenda, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Not that much now.
But it is sad because Jack really didn't.
Oh, he is Romans.